Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing the Mercedes GLS 63. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes here in Draper for giving me some time with this GLS. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 14 around town and then 18 on the highway, with power outputs being 603 horsepower and then 627 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, I really like this gray. It's kind of like a darker flat gray. It looks really good with the GLS, and then pretty cool with the headlight design here. Love the vertical slats there with the grille, and I notice that's all blacked out at the bottom. And yeah, overall definitely in your face with the appearance here. Now on the side here, our turn wheel setup is 285 by 40 by 23 in the front, and then 325 by 35 by 23 in the back. And you can see here with the wheels, you got the silver ring there, and then the AMG logo front and center around the wheel cap there. And I like how the wheels are mostly blacked out. You got the giant red brake caliper too, which contrasts things very nicely. And then you guys can probably kind of see the greenish hue to this here on the side. I don't know, I think that's pretty cool with the coloration. Anyways, V8 bi-turbo. You've got the fixed side steps there, and then here is your side profile with the GLS. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We got the opening for the hatch as well as the AMG logo. Pretty sleek setup. We'll hold that down. Now we'll open up the hatch itself. We do have a cargo cover built in from the factory. And you can see here to fold down the seats, so that has the practicality. Same thing here on the other side. And then also you can raise and lower the rear end of the car to make it so it's easier to access. And this is pretty typical in terms of size of a larger kind of 3-row SUV. So this is not quite Chevy Tahoe, more like Chevy Traverse in terms of the size, for those of you that are wondering, kind of like a size comparison. Anyways, when you're all done, just press that and that will lower the hatch right back down. Cool taillight design. It's kind of like three-dimensional in a way. GLS 63 there, and then you guys can see with the exhaust tips, pretty aggressive looking. And that's the rest of the rear. Now popping inside, really nice trim here at the top and down below. All of your adjustments for the second row. I like the wood trim too. Get your heated seat function, speaker here for the sound system. And then here's the seat. Captain chairs with this one, which is interesting. Popping in, legroom's great. We also have a little storage net, some vents, more here in the center. It's cool with the cup holder setup. And we do have our own climate zone here in the back. Got these nice armrests. As for the third row, I'd reserve it for kids. You can fit adults back there. You can see there's a bit of legroom, but it is going to be on the tighter side of things. But notice the trim, oops, sorry, knocked the camera. Notice the trim there is nice in the rear, so they still have a nice place to be. And there's more ventilation throughout the top too. And this leads us up front. So again, with all of the nice materials throughout, all of our window controls here, the mirrors. You got the adjustments for that, memory seat functionality, all of your seat adjustments, and then you've got heated and cooled seat function, and that's to adjust the passenger seat, which is kind of a funny feature. Blind spot warning with the mirrors. And here's the front seat. Got this nice bolstering that hugs you. And nice trim here on the side. Power adjustable for the steering wheel. All of your light controls down below. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, really nice trim all around, perforated on either side. Paddle shifters there on the back for the 9-speed. Bunch of practical controls in the front, including for the center screen. That is for the digital gauge cluster. And then we've got volume voice command controls here, adaptive cruise control, and then your drive mode select on the steering wheel, which is always fun. And then this like adjusts the exhaust, for example, right now, but then I can change it to adjust other items. So it's pretty cool how customizable that all is. Got your regular stock there on the one side, and then column shifter there on the other side. Digital gauge cluster here in the center, which we can use to scroll through and change what it looks like. I think the classic view actually works for this, because it's the GLS, it's a luxury car at the end of the day, but it is an AMG. But it's cool how customizable it is. We of course have a 360 camera system you can use to see out of different angles. Really good resolution. And then as for the infotainment system, it's quick to respond. It also can be controlled again with that steering wheel or also with the keypad, depending on what you want to use. And of course, being a GLS, we do have massaging seats and all of that. Get more nice trim all around the dash here. You got ambient lighting too, which is cool. Notice the passenger has just as many seat adjustments. Wood trim that goes to the vents here in the center. Climate controls down below. Physical climate controls, I should say. Charging area, which has some nice trim that covers it up if you want. We've got heated and cooled cup holders. And then our physical control stack here with these like grab handles on either side. But anyways, this controls like the drive mode, select the camera, shortcut, volume, and all of that. That's for the suspension to raise and lower it. Good storage in there. Nice trim here on the top rear view mirror. Premium headliner as well. And then we've got a big sunroof. Here's a quick look at the window sticker, GLS 63, into the base MSRP. Total MSRP is $164,925. 600 horsepower, 160 grand. Let's see how it drives. Let's set off in the GLS 63. This is a crazy SUV, and it's interesting how many GLSs Mercedes has. Or I guess kind of like variants. So you've got the 450, and then you got the 580, and those are kind of like your quote-unquote normal GLSs. And then you got the Maybach, and then you've got the 63. And so it's just, there's a lot of flavors of GLS. It's like, do you want, you know, just a luxury 3-row SUV? And then do you want that luxury 3-row with a V8? Those are the first two options. And then do you want like uber luxury 3-row? Or do you want luxury 3-row with crazy performance? But anyways, the AMG version is firmer. That is expected, completely expected. But it's still a luxury SUV. Seats definitely hold you in place pretty tightly. But the ride quality, all things considered, is actually, it's good. It's good. It's pretty darn comfortable, if I do say so myself. Transmission's very responsive. So I've got it in the Sport Plus mode. It's extra firm now. Yeah, it gets up and moves. It gets up and moves. It's got great power. Oh, speaking of G-Wagons and stuff, that one looks like a 4x4 squared. It's like a $400,000 G-Wagon. Pretty crazy rig. But yeah, this V8 takes a second to build up all the power. It's got great low end torque, but it really builds up with the horsepower, and it's a fun powertrain. Just experiencing that build up, it's kind of like a freight train, and it sounds great doing it. Sounds really good. So to sum things up here with the GLS 63, basically again, luxury 3-row with a crazy engine. So I think the GLS sweet spot, me personally, probably 580, because you still get V8 power, but then it's more comfortable because it's not so AMG firm. But, and also the pricing. But yeah, if you want something that is a little bit more, ooh, 4x4 squared's following us. Anyways, yeah, if you want something that's a little bit more, then that's what this provides. It's got more power, but not any more luxury. Like if you get loaded up 580, pretty much the same luxury. The biggest difference, it's supposed to be over here actually, the biggest difference just comes down to the suspension, the brakes, and then the engine, just how all of that performs. And so let me know what you think about the GLS 63, and let me know which GLS you think is the sweet spot to go for.